Hello, and welcome back to Chapter 4 of Infra. This is Episode 9 of the series. This time we're going to be looking at this heavy industry of the past. So let's see what we can find in here. We've just finished up the Bergman hydroelectric power plant. And the start of the new Bergman water tunnels. Stahlberg future? Your future? No work, no home. The only place to get better future is open sewer. For those of you just joining, I invite you to take a look at the previous Let's Play episodes of this series, where we start out playing as Mark, who is assigned to go on a survey of the water and electrical utilities of the city of Stahlberg, which is about last year had a scandal break about misspending of funds earmarked for the utilities, spending them on something else. We don't know what that something else is yet. Seems like the kind of thing that we'd find out here. And finally, after spending the last map or two underground without seeing daylight, except for a couple of courtyards, we're finally outside. So let's get out of here. This is a courtyard too.
The guys at the office know where I am.
This is not nice.
Great. There's no signal. There should be a cell transceiver up in the old steel factory tower.
So, you mean I don't get to stay outside? I don't get to take the quick route back to the office? I have to go through the steel plant? Great. That's perfect.
Could use some bolt cutters again.
You had perfectly nice bolt cutters back in episode 1, or episode 2, was it? And you left them there. Come on, Mark. You should know better than to leave tools behind. Especially bolt cutters, especially today. Ow. Alright, so this is the only other way to go besides the way we came out. And this is actually the same tunnel we came out. And this is a little tool room that I forgot to look at on the way in. Suit. A maple tree has vetoed. To kick, press slime to return to bachelor, or press asymptote dentist box to nail your esophagus. If you do this, you will lose any Victorian vials and advisable celebrities. Error FE3D16 joint. Press any key to continue. Okay, copy go boom.
Intriguing.
And this document basically just says that Stahlberg Steel has collapsed. They've declared bankruptcy following a union strike. And this is one of the biggest employers in Stahlberg. So the city's worried about where their income's going to come from without the tax base from Stahlberg Steel.
4 packs of flashlight batteries.
In case I'm have a different number of flashlight batteries than I was supposed to at the end of last level. I did have to replay it because I forgot to resave in the right place and got halfway through the episode, halfway through the level, when I noticed I wasn't recording anymore.
Steel factory. This place is abandoned, so I don't need to take any pictures here.
Alright, so that's good. So we'll be able to bulk up on camera batteries. But I did have to re-record the last half of the previous level, so I may not have found all the batteries that we had before. So this place is pretty nasty. Pretty disgusting. The difference, though, between this and the other places is that this is private property and not part of the city utilities. And the owner of this building, whoever bought the place after Stahlberg Steel went bankrupt, or maybe it's still held by the bankruptcy organization, or however that works, they are not paying me to take pictures. So we won't, unless there's a problem. So like this busted up floor here, I don't really care about, as long as it doesn't come apart under me. Now this should not be red and glowing like that. It does say keep out, so I think we shall follow that advice. And we're going to go up here to the next level and just back away slowly from that other place.
I have 5 packs of flashlight batteries now.
The path to the converter hall, furnace hall, rolling door, hall doors sealed, exterior doors locked, ladle elevator doesn't work, no electricity door to control room locked, ore skip doesn't work, goo cellar too dangerous. There should be a door to the converter hall, or at least some rooms with useful stuff. It's a death trap with no way out. Oh, that's reassuring. Someone moved that crane to block the way to the upper level and broke off some of the buttons. Don't touch them. Electric shock hazard.
Interesting.
So it would appear that our way before us is being actively blocked and not just blocked by neglect. This yellow thing is a mini train. We're going to play more with those in a future level, I think. So, some in this level. We really come to like one of them in one of the future levels. Here's a little walkway over where we just were. And if I remember correctly, at the top of the stairs there's some more batteries. So let's just keep wandering up here. More holes in the wall. Ask me how much I care right now, because they're not paying me to photograph
That's 6
them.
packs of flashlight batteries.
So I'm just going to ignore them. Now the game will let me take photographs of anything I want, but it only really gives you credit for a few things. Alright, that's locked, so we need to come with another way in. That's the control room there. It looks like a control room, but the note said that this was locked. Yep. And once again, I've forgotten to take the music off the headphones, off the speakers, put them on the headphones. So, hang on while I do that. Hopefully that sounds okay in the end recording. I do not want to do this again. A lot of plants growing up through the... little plants growing up in the concrete here. Stuff should be nice and far out of my way right now. So if we keep exploring, we find there's a lot of stuff upstairs there, but nothing of it actually works until we find a way to get to the control room. We might even be able to avoid going into the control room. I don't know. But that's the direction to the control room. I'm just going to go ahead and say that that door is, in fact, locked.
That's 6 packs of camera batteries.
Mark will carry 10 packs before he stops picking more up. There's a hatch of some sort there. Alright, that's the key to the hatch. But we need to go somewhere else first. Now, what you're supposed to do when you're building these things, most staircases, I don't know if there's an exception for industrial or not, but basically, when you step onto the staircase, you want it to be heading towards safety. You don't have to turn immediately and walk towards safety. So let's go down this staircase here. Alright, this room's got some toxicity to it. Yes, we have to go through it. But there are these fresh air vents here that keep the toxic red air away.
Seven packs of flashlight batteries now.
Control room and gate. Nothing else of interest here. Thanks, Mark. Okay, when you know where you're going, it's a lot easier than if you're trying to figure out which way is the right path while you're choking. What simpleton decided to order kerosene instead of acetylene to be used in the cutter? Kerosene is not suitable for cutting steel.
Fascinating.
And that is the last document we're going to take a picture of for a while. And we're almost done with the documents, so we need to photograph in this, so this all the photographs we need in this section. Headphone cable got stuck in the chair. So now that we have a control room key, let's go break into the control room and see what's in there. Hopefully treasure. I could go for some nice treasure right now.
Recorded announcement.
That makes 8 packs of
Attention all
flashlight
personnel.
batteries.
Due to the company's poor economic situation, we are starting co-determination talks about layoffs and employment terminations. All employees are hereby asked to report to their supervisors for the co-determination procedure.
Alright. So now that we have electricity again, we can probably run the ladle changer, which that note mentioned. And there's 2 ways to proceed from here. There's a one-way, no return path to do it, and that is to ride the ladle down to the next part. If you're somewhat quick about it, you can jump into the ladle and ride it all the way down, but I don't really want to do that. I'm going to go back down this way here, and then go off to the left, back towards that hatch we saw earlier. And we now have that hatch key that we found. Going to jump down and break every bone in Mark's body. in a place where nobody expects him to be, so there will be no... Yeah, okay. This whole gig is trouble for Mark. All right. So far, this is going a lot more quickly than the first time I played this. Because the first time, it's just all wide open space. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what's being asked of you. You don't know where things like this emergency grounding wire are or where they go. And when they hide things like this set of keys here, you don't know where they are or you can't find them, and you don't know if the door is a decoy to make the environment look big, or if it's something you're going to have to find keys for. It's impossible to tell in many cases in this game. Okay. So now that we're down here, what do we do? Well, there was a key hidden behind that pillar there, and that... Okay, it doesn't open that door. It opens the door at the far other end of the level. Of course it does. Maybe it opens this one. Alright, close enough. So the first thing we're going to say is that the upper levels of scaffolding are blocked off. We can't actually get there, which is a good thing because there's just already plenty to explore. Now I happen to know that we want the fuses downstairs. Close enough. This control shed here has probably seen better days. And this is what maybe 35 years of abandonment will do for a steel mill.
Recorded announcement.
That's 9 packs of flashlight batteries.
First, they make our work much more hazardous, then make us work for longer hours, and then even crop our salary, and now they even deny our right to work. This is the last drop. We have had enough. No more worsening work conditions. No more exploiting poor workers. We are on strike. Strike! Strike! Strike!
Alright. That'll work for right now. Two things we want to do before we can really come to terms with this part. The first one is a bit of a secret passage through here. Of course, the door is locked, so what do we need to do? We need to find a way to get in a camera batteries. Must have camera
7
batteries.
packs of camera batteries now.
Must have batteries. think I see a way into that cabin that we needed into. There's a hole in the ceiling. So I think if we jump down there just right, we'll get in there. And this is the other end of that caged area that we want to get into just because we're Snoopy like that. And there's some busted out fencing down there by the ore skip thing. And if we slide down here, we can get in. Yeah, I think the newspaper back of that computer
Does someone really live in here?
said that this was abandoned in 81. If you're reading this, you managed to get here despite my best efforts to block entry for you bums. If something happens to my shroom farm, you will regret.
Intriguing.
Okay, so since this is the guy who's been making this place impassable, I'm gonna break his dishes. Heard that hackers just launched an attack on some random business park. After some clue about corruption, targeting some engineering firm. Just heard that hackers found something. Like what? Something fishy, it seems. Won't tell me neither. Now the government thinks we did it. They're coming after our shrooms. They don't care about us or our shrooms. My traps keep the hobos and others out. Nobody dares to loot this area. But does it keep the government out? Be right back, playing Mahi's motto. 3D, disconnected, joined, and then he's complaining about the cell phone link. And Tati seems to be a bit of a conspiracy theorist.
Interesting.
Okay. So the tablet. So they hacked into some engineering firm.
That's just weird.
At least they're not the green glowing mushrooms. I might just have to blow this place up if he did. If they were the green glowing kind, because those are nasty. He's got himself a little loo here. And some computer.
That makes 8 packs of camera batteries.
Camera batteries, a regular box that everybody seems to have. Saw the tablet, we took a picture of that note there. Mark won't take the money. And we got the keys, so I think we're done there. And believe it or not, that's all of the documents and photographs we need to take for this level. Again, this place is run by a company that went bankrupt, and they are not paying Mark's salary. They're not paying Mark's company to do any kind of surveys. They're just, it's just in my way, so I've got to find my way through it. Alright, so this is track control voltage, probably for these mini train tracks out here. And 3 and 4 is reverse. So these must be the reverse switches, and these are the forward switches. We notice there are lights glowing in the floor, and if we do that, then it's reverse. We try to turn forward and reverse on at the same time, they both shut off. So I'm going to go forward. And we have our fuses on top of the mini train. One is not enough. I would have dropped my fuses. It ate the fuses. Oh no. There they are. All right. So that gets us into this next section here that the ladle carriers are blocking. And here's our third fuse. And the fuses each go into one of these rooms. And to continue a thought I was having earlier but got distracted. These levels are huge, and the first time you're going through them, you have no idea which way to go, what the game is even looking for you to do. And so playing this level can take you a couple hours to do. And here I am 32 minutes in, and we're nearing the end of this level. Not too close.
That makes 10 packs of batteries for the flashlight.
Sweet. There's another fuse that we can put somewhere, but I don't think we need any more in this level. Let's see. Go in here. There's some, looks like oil tanks. I think we're going to go upstairs here. This looks vaguely familiar. Yep.
Smells like there's a gas leak in here.
Okay.
I
Good.
don't think I can fit these in my pockets.
Yeah, he won't carry more than 10 packs of flashlight batteries. Or camera batteries, for that matter. Okay, so we had an action sequence in Map 3, Chapter 1, where we blew up the ceiling. And there's a gas leak here, and there's an electrically locked door. So, how much you want to bet that there's going to be an action sequence here?
What the hell is going on?
So I'm going to shut up while this is happening because this is kind of timing dependent. Watch for surprise flamethrower there. That switch operates this wire dangling in the catwalk here. And we're going to go up. And up. And crash land there. That was not the way to do that. I was doing so well, too.
Can't carry any more of these. What the hell is going on?
I don't think there's an overall timer on these things. Getting a certain level of fast. Skeet Ballard and his Let's Play is taking his sweet time to get out of here. There we go. Spoiler alert, you're not supposed to go that way. Okay. You don't actually go that way because there's no way to go further. To do is go down onto this big pipe here. Okay. Always throwing something right at you to make you regret playing the game. Alright, another control room here.
Sometimes I wonder if I'm getting paid enough for this.
Recorded announcement. Attention all personnel. I regret to announce that the furnaces of Stolberg Steel will be let to cool permanently. The factory will be closed immediately. Thank you for all these years. That's what you get for striking.
Okay then. So the management was so upset about them striking that they just pushed their toys out of the pram and went home. Which is not surprising. Let me figure out which save game slot I need to use here. Slot 1 was the start of the map. The start of the raft ride. I'm pretty happy with that recording, I think. Alright, this is another elevator. Will this one work, or will this one fail in a new and impressive way? Consider this one has just been through a major gas leak. And fire and explosion hazard. And that's the end of Chapter 4, Map 1. So we'll see if this elevator works in the next video.